It would be a massive understatement to say the fact that Tata Nano has been one of the most talked about cars in India ever. The Tata Nano was a car that had oodles of hype surrounding it even well before it was ever launched. After a difficult birth and several teething troubles, the car had established itself in its segment. However, to fully realize its potential, Tata Motors have now given the Nano a complete makeover. So then, say hello to the GenX Nano. To be launched in India next month, this is the second major revision that the Nano has received. So then, let's take a look at what the GenX Nano is all about. Tata Motors have been very clever in keeping the basic shape of the Nano intact while giving it a completely new look. There are, for example, several differences that one can spot immediately. The front bumper has a wide and curved band which makes it appear as though the car is grinning at you. Up close, the grille has a motif pattern of infinity symbols which looks very pretty. Apart from that, the smoked headlight clusters have a black bezel around them, and there are round fog lamps also. The back of the GenX Nano also has a grille with the infinity symbol motif that we spoke of earlier. But the biggest and the most convenient change in the new Nano is that the tailgate is no longer welded shut and can now be accessed, which is really important and one of the best changes in the new Nano. Also, there are new colors, and the total number of colors are 7 with 2 new color options added. Step inside and you can clearly see that Tata Motors have put in a big effort to change things here, and yes, they have succeeded. There are new colors on the inside, plus it has an updated center console design and a new steering wheel, which needless to say looks a lot better than before. On the features front, you have a new audio system which has Bluetooth, USB, aux, radio and CD support, plus a digital information display which shows various parameters such as low fuel warning, gear indicator, average and real-time fuel consumption, among other things. You will also like features such as keyless entry, power socket, power windows and yes, an AC that is very effective. Space-wise, despite the tiny dimensions, there is excellent headroom and good legroom inside. In terms of boot space, you have 94 liters in the AMT version and about 110 liters in the manual version. While power continues to come from a 624cc 2-cylinder petrol with 37.5 bhp on offer, the big news is the optional latest gen Magneti Marelli 5-speed AMT gearbox. Now we all know about AMT now, and it has its own advantages and disadvantages, but it does make perfect sense in the Nano. Yes, shifts are a bit jerky and there is some lag, but you soon get used to it. We like the built-in creep feature, which also helps the car to crawl as soon as pressure is eased off the brake pedal without pressing the accelerator. However, if you want to overtake or want to step things up a bit, hit the sports mode button and it does get more zippy. Plus you have manual mode for ultimate control. We think overall sports mode works the best. In terms of fuel efficiency, the AMT version returns 21.9 km per liter, which is quite good. This coupled with a bigger fuel tank means it will give you decent range also. In other areas, the ride is a bit bouncy and the noisy engine remains, though inside it is not massively intrusive. What you will like is the light steering, where you can use the car's tiny dimension perfectly. One thing is for sure, Tata Motors have put in a big effort to improve the Nano, and it certainly shows. With the AMT gearbox and the much needed changes and additions, the GenX Nano is now much more desirable than before. So it is also a much more capable city car now. But it all depends on the pricing, and if Tata Motors gets that right, there is no doubt the GenX Nano would be a massive success.